first Hayley-Roxanna Crafts quick cross stitch video, where I share information, hints and tips on one area of cross stitch in a short video. In this video, I will be focusing on reading a cross stitch chart. Cross stitch charts tell you everything you need to know about a cross stitch pattern. In printed cross stitch, the chart is printed on the fabric, but in counted cross stitch, the chart may be printed on paper like this, or in a PDF format that you can have on a tablet or other device. I will often screenshot the PDF version of the chart so that I can open it up in the photo app on my iPad and then use the markup function to mark off the chart as I stitch it. Charts can be in colour and they can also be in black and white. Cross-stitch charts show the design depicted as a series of squares laid out on a grid, and each square corresponds to the squares formed by the cross-stitch fabric. On Ada fabric, the holes are the corners of each square. Cross-stitch charts often have darker lines drawn on in 10 by 10 square sections to make reading the chart and keeping your place a bit easier. Often there are also numbers along the top and down the side of the chart, and this also helps with counting and keeping your place. It is usually best practice to start stitching a cross stitch design in the middle of the pattern, or at least near to the middle. And arrows at the top and the side of the chart indicate the centre point of the chart. And sometimes you can have a red line drawn from these arrows to help you find the centre of the design. So the point at which they cross is the centre of the design. Other times you may need to trace from these arrows with your fingers, or even draw on your own lines from these arrows to find the centre point. The different stitches used in cross stitch are represented in different ways on the chart, and these ways can vary between charts. This is where you need to consult any notes or instructions that come with the chart to interpret it as the designer intended. On my charts, full cross stitches are shown like this. 3/4 cross stitches are shown like this. Quarter cross stitches are shown like this. Back stitches are shown as lines like this. And French knots are shown like this. Cross stitch charts come with a key or legend that will show you what colour thread to use. In colour, block and symbol charts, this will be shown by a symbol on a block of colour. And on black and white charts, it will just be a symbol. The colour of French knots and backstitch will be depicted by the colour of these on the chart. If the chart is fully black and white, you may need to consult instructions or a picture of the finished cross stitch to determine the colour used. Although sometimes different line styles will be used for different colours of backstitch. On my charts, I usually still put the backstitch lines in colour just to make it a bit easier. The key often also tells you how many strands of thread to use for each of the stitches. So for here, the cross stitches are in 2 strands, back stitches, some are in 1 strand and some are in 2 strands. But sometimes this information may be included in the notes or the instructions. The notes and instructions with the pattern may also include other helpful information, such as recommended fabric colour and count, the size of the finished design, and ideas on what to do with it. The notes and instructions may also include the copyright and terms of use, which will tell you what you do with the chart and any cross stitches stitched from it. If you have any questions about cross-stitch charts, please pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. In next week's quick cross-stitch video, I will show you how to prep your fabric for stitching.